affiliated. I'm 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 affiliated. Man, shout out to y'all. This the boy Swab Boss, man, snapping off entertainment, a whole bunch of Black Power shit, man. The debate league, man. Hey, I was in the argument league. We are in the motherfucking building. And oh yeah, we have dates. We have debates. Shout out to Taz. Shout out to A9. Shout out to Blue. Shout out to Fontaine. Shout out to Lance. Shout out to Brother Rob. Shout out to Akasha. Shout out to KLT. Shout out to Marley. Shout out to Nagmeezy. How you doing, sister? All right. Shout out to your boy Swab Boss and your boy Domo. I think that's it. If I forgot you, you weren't important. There you are. And how you doing? All right, now, sister. Yeah, so I mean it ain't really an update on this channel, but I did just get the text. Um described to me as good news. Thumbs up. But yeah, man, we have uh hold on, shit. Wait. Uh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't even see you. I'm sorry, sis. How you doing? That's good. All right. You too, please. Damn, fam. Uh, yeah, because me and Domo had our debate set up. Me and see, and this is what I this is what I this oh man. It'd be a whole system of things going on, man. Sometimes I just don't get or understand. What you want? Yeah, so this man, bro, I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm not gonna let it get to me. But they changed my date.
from November 2nd, 4 o'clock, and they moved it up to the 26th at 8 o'clock. Now, I don't know how that decision was made, but it wasn't no meeting held between me and Domo. So I'm guessing Domo just made the call and Domo just get all the passes and the thumbs up, and then I just get told what to do. So in the spirit of motherfuckers always trying to make it seem like I'm the problem, fuck it. I'm just gonna accept it. But the significance of the date of the debate was important to me. I expressed that publicly. I've been trying to get Domo to come up with a date. Yeah, I know people work, so it took him a while to hit the link. He hit the link. Mm. Um, Psycho gives us 4 dates: the third week and the fourth week, both Tuesday and Thursday. So we could take Tuesday and Thursday in the third week of October, or Tuesday and third, or Thursday in the fourth week of October. So me looking at that, the 31st is Halloween. Let's go on the 30th. Let's go on the 30th and get this energy of the ancestors going. And that's fire to me, right? Then all of a sudden, Domo can't do Thursdays. Cool. So now all of a sudden, Psycho got Sundays open also. So I'm like, all right. But he say, damn, something happened with that. And cool. I'm like, okay, November 2nd, bet. That's the day Asada Shakur got freed. And it would have to be an early debate because of football. How y'all doing? The black man's religion. I mean, well, America's religion. And so that was it. That was the spirit. That's what we moving on. The day and the time that the South Shakur got freed. So I get a text saying, good news, you don't have to wait so long. Your debate's been moved up to the 26th at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, how did that decision get made? Who's talked to who? So I know that Sunday is the football day. So but the 26th is the Sunday also. I don't know if it's a certain game. But that's what I'm saying. I like transparency stuff because right now I just feel like Domo's getting his privilege ball is beginning to roll. Okay, I got you. I'm waiting on it to open. So so this is where it started looking like Domo just get to make calls and shit don't got to get discussed with me. I'm not important. I'm not a real debater. Uh, he he bragged on Blue Channel. He started the debate league. It was him and Taz I did. This, that, and the other. And I know anything that I say that's like showing that, hey, I didn't prefer that. Hey, that went okay with me. Now people's gonna start the campaign. Suave ain't worth being around. So in the spirit of just shutting up all the haters and everybody who's so opportunistic to make me look like I'm just a presence that's not worth having, fuck it, fine. The 26th, 8 o'clock, be there, bring your material. Don't want Will fucking die on this debate, man. And this is my swear. 2, 7, 17. I don't get this shit, man, but like I say, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's all right, Swab. It's all right, man. So there you go. Before motherfuckers start claiming I'm a nuisance. But that's just been my history with motherfuckers on YouTube, man. It's like such a lack of consideration for me. Yeah, yeah. 30. What's going on, God? 40. 50. Such a lack of consideration for me and so much respect and elbow room for Domo. But it's cool, man. I just want y'all to see that shit, man. But shout out to Domo. Shout out to the judges. Shout out to Psychopathies. Shout out to the league. I'm honored to be part of it, man. But I swear, man, motherfuckers really need to like just try a little bit harder to be considerate of people and how things may come off to people. Because I already know motherfuckers be kissing Domo ass. For some reason, he just gets this pass because he was in college and did all. Yeah, all right. Well, now you on fucking YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's a fucking real person. Everybody's a real fucking person. Like I would have found that. Like I like that's just me. Well, Domo just calls in and changes the date of the debate, and I don't get contacted. Like, but it's cool though. So anyway, with Dr. Sabi, a snake salesman, a snake oil salesman. I can't even get my motherfucking thoughts together. So like that shit just smells like the same stupid shit, man. It really do. It really do. Like, come on, man. Please, to the people who have the power to make decisions in here, man. Please just don't kiss Domo ass. Please be considerate of everybody, dog. Please, man. Like that should be crazy, bro. Like Domo literally does nothing but jumps on the panel and talk over people, and people just get him this, get out of the way. What's the name? And cool. If he know what he talking about, cool. But he does no promo for the debates. I'm trying to get the bar roll to where motherfuckers is on their shit. What's this? 1587. What is that? Me? 1474. And it's like he don't gotta do shit. And he know it. And he talk that shit. I don't got to. Fuck you, nigga. I'll go right over you, talk to who I want to talk to and get what I want. And shit just shouldn't be like that, man. Shit just shouldn't be like that. And even though I'm a go ahead and say, all right, fuck it. It don't matter what day it is, 1859. Just please try to be considerate of this during the season. As if I should get you on one right quick. 1859, 1451, 1458, 1673. Like just be considerate, man. Don't get Domo that much power. He can just walk through there, do whatever the fuck he want, and everybody else gotta fucking fall in line. Like that shit is so motherfucking like borderline disrespectful, man. Like motherfuckers ain't real people. That shit really fucks with my motherfucking mood, but it's cool though. It's cool though. I had the date of Asada Secure release at the time he got broken out. And motherfucker saw what that shit meant to me. So here go Dumbo and his scary ass, because he don't got no motherfucking information. Yeah, let's move it up. Let's move it up. So, but like real talk to the people that's in charge of the debate league, man, don't be brown nosing and giving motherfucking privileges to motherfuckers, man, and being fucking biased, bro. That shit just give me the same sense of motherfuckers who talk behind motherfuckers' back and then come out in front like this was their decision. Like real talk, man. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is, man. I would never want to do nobody like that. Like I don't even have those ideas in my head to be like, let me call whoever the fuck and make this play. Like that shit is crazy. That's what's corny. That's what's corny and annoying. Shit like that is corny and annoying, man. That shit is like it's like the cracker. That a motherfucker come play right in your face. Like, here's a gift for you. Now you know that wasn't no gift for me. You know that took away from me. Energy wise, date wise, celestial wise. Like for real, man. I always do as much as I fucking can to help every motherfucking platform that I deal with. And then motherfuckers want to sit up here and like just undermine my existence, man. But it's cool, man. Y'all do what y'all want to do, man. Y'all do what y'all want to do, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But Domo dead on this, bro. Domo dead on this, bro. His higher learning, super motherfucking John D. Rockefeller educated ass came up out of that funky ass college, then in proximity, all these crackers talking about Dr. Sabi is a motherfucking snake oil salesman. And I promise I'm gonna make them down that. I swear I'm gonna make them down that. And I don't give a fuck about how far y'all are, Domo, how much he tickles your fancy, how it make you feel when he speaks about subjects. I don't give a fuck. That man sat up there on that motherfucking panel and said Dr. Sabi was a snake oil salesman and that he lost his case. But when nobody jump on Domo and be like, damn, you dumb for that, bro. You stupid for that. I don't give a fuck how much you know about post-racial society, what the fuck SRT, what the fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. This right here, man. And I'm at work. I can't even roll up and smoke. Motherfucker just threw my whole little, but it's cool though. Don't even worry about it. Cause I'm from 26th Avenue. Know that. Know that. It's still October. And I'm from 26th Avenue. So it is some value to that date. And then you gotta understand if if Asada got broke out on the 2nd of November, that mean around this time, the brothers and sisters was planning that shit, getting ready for that shit, locking in, getting ready. So there still is a proponent of mentality to be built off of events of the 26th of October. But that November 2nd, that was powerful, man. And motherfucker didn't even call me and ask me, was it cool? Hey, he want to change it. No, he just get to call in and say, hey, I'm changing it. But it's cool, Swab. It's cool, Swab. It's cool, Swab. They not out to get you, bro. They're not out to sabotage you. They not. It's cool. Don't make motherfuckers feel like you coming at them. Don't make motherfuckers feel like you unjustly judging them. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, Swab. Just leave it alone, bro. Just leave it alone, bro. It ain't nothing a nigga can do, man. As long as they give me that opportunity to hit that stage, as long as they give me that opportunity to bring that information and stand up for my people against these Rockefeller motherfucking educated Negroes, Nah, Dr. Sabi can't cure AIDS. Not Dr. Sabi can't cure herpes. Not Dr. Sabi can't cure eczema. Not Dr. Sabi can't cure blindness. Not Dr. Sabi can't cure motherfucking paralysis, headaches, lupus, cancer. I don't like fake shit, dog. I don't like weak shit. I don't. A motherfucker sit up here and act like me going live on my channel and saying the shit I'm saying is a problem. Nigga, promo for motherfucking the base is fire. That's what people love. But motherfuckers purposely stay away from my platform because it's a good little boycott still going on from 4 years ago. But it's cool. Even though the similarities are there, some of the same players are there, it's cool. But I don't want to hear shit from nobody about no inconveniences. For real. That shit is dead. Like we had a date locked in. Don't that mean something? Don't it mean something when you lock a date in? Motherfuckers ain't gotta honor that shit. So if A9 just get a text tomorrow saying, hey man, your debate is on the 12th. Congratulations. Y'all don't think he gonna feel no type of way and say nothing? But it's A9, right? Swat a motherfucker who won't shut up. Swat a motherfucker that got a question shit. Swat a motherfucker that speak truth to authority. But it's cool though. It's cool. But Domo definitely said it on Blue Channel. Domo definitely said it on Blue Channel. But it's cool, man. I just want to have a fair ass motherfucking place to debate. That's it. That's all, bro. Sometimes I could care too motherfucking much. Sometimes shit mean too much to me. But then sometimes you need to give a fuck about some shit. You need to give a fuck about integrity of spaces that you in and integrity of people that you dealing with. The motherfuckers be so dead set on trying to make me look like something. All right, all right. This motherfucker set up there on Blue Channel talking about my character. Like he fucking know me in real life. Meanwhile, I'm sitting up here with 30 motherfucking different personalities jumping on and off my motherfucking panel. I'm giving niggas the keys to my channel here. You can go live whenever you want to. Somebody do propaganda about you, go live and do propaganda to defend yourself. You got some information you want to bring forth, go ahead. I don't give a fuck if you atheist, Muslim, Christian, Israelite, black power, white power. I just want integrity. I want it to be fair across the board. So here go the keys to my channel, but my character is in question. Yeah, dog. I give a fuck, man. But it's cool. But it's cool. It's cool. Trust me. So the 26th of October, Swab Boss vs. Domo was Dr. Sabi, a snake oil salesman. He says, yeah, I say no. Make sure y'all tune in on the 19th for Taz versus A9. B1 versus Israelite, what's best for black people. And we got Blue and Fontaine on the debate of did, does religion impede on black people's progression? Fontaine saying yeah, Blue saying no. Just support the league, man. Support the tournament, man. But shit gotta be transparent, man. Like we really need to let motherfuckers know how shit move, how decisions was made. Like that's all I'm asking, man. Just be a brother, man. Just be a brother. Be a sister. That shit crazy, but I'ma eat. I'ma definitely eat. It's Dr. Sabi, a snake oil salesman. What's good, God? Already. Right now. With Dr. Sabi, a snake oil salesman. Why? Because John D. Rockefeller funded your college curriculum and told you that everything that was in place in the medical system. Don't do that. Don't mess up your mama's stuff, man. That's a Cadillac. Because John D. Rockefeller educated your ass to believe that everything that was in place in the medical system before he dumped his $100 million into it to switch it over to his patented synthetic drugs is pseudo, ain't shit. No, don't do that. Take us exceptional. Yeah, don't do that. Yes. Not at this moment. You can put an application on it, flip a lot. But I just hired like two, three people. I'm just trying to see how they work out. How hard is your background? What you got, a recent criminal felony? Uh-huh. Um, I don't think the possession, the theft might be something. But all you can do is fill out the application, see if you're eligible. That's it. No, it's online. No problem, sir. Yeah. But that's what it is. John D. Rockefeller dumped a whole bunch of, and then just look at all of the shit that motherfuckers is just saying. Motherfuckers hit the panel. Like shout out to Melanated Goddess. That's my sis, but and I appreciate everything because it's keeping me on my toes. But she was like, "Yeah, Dr. Sabi spoke against mushrooms, and there's video of Dr. Sabi way back in the day saying mushrooms, 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 fuck with mushrooms." I found a video of Dr. Sabi saying mushrooms are the most electrifying food. So don't get it twisted. There are some misunderstandings. There are some misnomers. There is some misinformation. Like I really don't believe people studied this. I really believe that people just accepted the fucking propaganda that was put out there by institutions and individuals, and then they just kept it going. Like nobody stopped them and told them, "Hey, show me what you're talking about." What was Dr. Sabi a snake oil salesman at? What was he purposely lying just to scam you for your money? Because that's what a snake oil salesman is. And I'm gonna have to show that in the debate. Because Domo's gonna come in there with some alternative definition of a snake oil salesman, and motherfuckers just gonna believe him because they love him, because he educated, because he retained a whole bunch of useless information. and he know how to talk about sports. But don't get it twisted. A snake oil salesman is someone who sells false medicine that they know is false, and they purposely deceive you for nothing other than the point of getting money. I really know that Dr. Sabi believed in what the fuck he taught because he practiced it. He gave it to his children. It's documented. He gave it to his wives. It's documented. It wasn't about the money with him. You know how many people came to him and didn't have no money? And he was like, here, you're good. He started off giving this stuff away for free. Just making it like people would come into your house and say, man, my fucking stomach hurt, I'm hungry. And you say, baby, go in there and put on a pack of noodles. Go in there and put a pack of noodles on. People would come in there and just be talking and say, man, I had this dis-ease, this disease, or this uncomfortability. He would tell his wife, man, go put on a pot of them herbs. And people testimony, the results, the firsthand results of people testimony is what drove the people to come back and say, man, put some of that in this motherfucking bottle for me, man. And he say, sure. He didn't say, no, I'll sell it to you. He said, sure. And then when he was confronted with the accusations of, hey, we don't believe your remedies work, he ran head into it. Let's go. He didn't hide. He didn't run off, change his name, change his location, flip the label on the bottles. No. He said, I will prove to you this stuff works. Give me a chance. Snake oil salesmen don't do that. Went all the way in front of the New York court against the attorney general without a lawyer and won. And then people try to downplay the case like, well, he got up on the technicality. Bitch, no, he didn't. They came straight up the middle with him. I need one patient from each one of your cases, each one of your ailments. I need a physician, FDA, American Medical Association regulated certified physician saying they had it. And then I need a second one saying they no longer have it after they took your treatment. All he had to do was bring 8, 9 people to court. The nigga brought 77 people to court. How many people did the attorney, the state attorney, the prosecutor, bring to court to say his stuff don't work? 0. Not one person walked into that court and said, I was sick, I took Dr. Sabi's treatment, and I'm still sick. The motherfucker just wanted my money. Nobody. So if a judge is asking you, bring one person from each ailment that you say you cured. I need a pre and post diagnosis from a certified physician. That judge is looking for proof. That judge is looking for proof. And when Dr. Sabi had that line around the court building of people ready to prove, I just said, I'm convinced. I still can't let you do certain things because of certain laws that's set up by John D. Rockefeller and his money. But I definitely cannot send you to jail, brother. That judge was convinced. That judge saw the proof and acquitted him. If he would have, if he would have failed to prove that shit about one of those diseases, he would have been found guilty. No, because you said you cured this too. So you guilty. You claim you cured 9 things, you only prove you cured 8, you guilty. You need 100% success rate, and the nigga had 1,000% success rate. How many people I need to bring? 9 people. I'm gonna bring 77. And they had their physicians notice that they were diagnosed with something, and then that they were diagnosed not to have it. I swear. Yeah. Y'all love motherfuckers. Y'all love these motherfuckers, man. And the motherfuckers come together and always try to make me look like I'm just a devil, bro. That shit really crushes my fucking feelings, bro. As sweet as a person I am, as passive as a person I am, as considerate as a motherfucker I am, as humble as I am, I love giving other people their credit. Every opportunity a motherfucker get to try to give me another gray hair, motherfucker. Just never miss that opportunity, do y'all? But Dr. Sabi said the herbs are for the healing of the nation. And I know that to be true. And y'all know that to be true too. How the fuck you say the herbs don't work, but the pills work, and the pills is a synthetic version of the herb? Y'all haven't thought this through, have you? I make a chemical compound of an organic compound, and you get a chemical compound more leverage than the herbs. Or what is that, sassafras? Or that works? Well, give me a synthetic version of sassafras that I can patent and charge motherfuckers up the ass just because it's mine. And then I'm gonna put out propaganda and say, pills work, herbs don't. Fasting don't help you. Fasting don't heal you. Like, man, who the fuck is y'all with, man? How does the conversation get this far away from the truth that Dr. Sabi is being called a snake oil salesman and motherfuckers in the chat, "Oh, you might have a chance, or I might have a chance." Motherfucker, this is a clear walk right up the goddamn courtroom. How? This is Dr. Sabi on trial all over again, and he won the first time, and god damn it, he gonna win the second. That's just it. Ain't no hiding. Ain't no running. Man, I know. I know. I know. Trust me. I see the absence. I see the absence. But all I need is me. I'm here. Talking to my brother Goldman, my brother Brandon Bay, was Dr. Sabi, a snake oil salesman. Twisted, pointed in the wrong direction, misconstrued or fucked up. And brother B1, brother Moses is in the building. What's good, God? What's going on, brother?
Yes, Sirski. You know, I'm always in the building when I can be.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate your
Always when
presence
I
and your
can.
energy, man. There it is. How your
Yes,
day going
Sirski.
so
I
far,
see you
though?
working. Oh, it's a good Sunday. Let's drill.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, yeah, man. I am. I'm clocked
And
in.
it sounds like you getting ready to work on your rebuttals, or you not your rebuttal, which is in defense of Dr. Sabi, but how do you attack um the other position, which is domos, and how do you do so? You know, it's almost like you got to skirt that line between ad hominem and then, you know what I'm saying, you know, that gray area of damn near calling him the sellout and not representing black people, and the way he looks at black radical thought and tradition, but he wants to dismiss the value that Dr. Sabi has across that time span. So you want to call him something, but because it's a professional and style debate, how do you do so in a way that's still in the debate? That's what it sounds like you're working on at this point to me. Am I getting am I in the ballpark? Damn, Suave, am I in the ballpark? Am I somewhere close to where you're at today? Because I've watched the videos for a couple of days, and then I hear you sharpening your critique by taking it into the actual spaces where the people are having opinions, and I keep hearing them kind of run from the conversation, and that's not helpful, especially since you're defending a legend in the Black community in the conscious space. And so you're asking for all of the smoke and content that people could deliver, and iron is supposed to sharpen iron, but right now you're getting the dull conversation, which is only inflaming your passion to go at the debate even more. Is that what I'm hearing? I think I'm in the ballpark, man. Am I even at the right arena? Damn, what happened? I can't hear you, brother. I see you off mute, but it's not coming. It might be mine. All right, let me go out and come back in. Oh, wait, now it's just me. So if I go out and come back in, that's definitely not going to work. All right, so let me just be clear with my thoughts here. In the defense of Dr. Sebi, it's going to take a fucking beast, because the allegations that the other side wants to make are nothing new to the Black community, especially when you're dealing with people who have a legendary status. And they often sound like people coming from a white perspective, or that side of the argument, the euthanasia, eugenesis, the side of the argument that wants to see the destruction of Black bodies, not to see them in their wellness, not to see them reaching their fullest potential, even in health and having longevity. So they will make the arguments around nutrition and make it seem like what Black people have advocated to be healthy for Black people, and using Dr. Sebi as an example or as a poster child for not listening to Black people, putting them in that same lens of the Black shaman or the voodoo or houdun, or somebody who's using roots and herbs and things that are not standard or technical, or basically saying it's not safe for you. While on the contrary, he's talking about fasting, and on the contrary, he's talking about the origin of the same thing that these other pharmaceuticals, we've done numerous shows from that other lens on what the pharmaceutical companies really push. So to hear that argument being made from Black folks saying, well, we need to support the pharmaceutical companies, it almost says like, why did we say anything about the Sackler family, and why did we say anything about any of those folks who were pushing the opposite on our people and seeing the devastating consequences even at a younger age? And so things like the reproductive rights of women can be tampered with if they're willing to entertain that white side argument, the pharmaceutical side. And so to stand on a principle that says, no, I feel like you're trying to invalidate Dr. Sebi on grounds that are unjust, I'm willing to stand on the fact that what he was advocating for Black people is what is necessary for those Black people who are experiencing disease and so forth. That takes a bold stance. Here are the claims that they're going to make: that he was a scammer or a fraud, and they're saying the things that the court system would prosecute that man for, not just to persecute him, but to prosecute him for. And they want to extend the argument of the prosecution of Dr. Sebi on trial. And so it's not just irritating, but it's actually vexing the man's soul. He has to get this out, and he feels like, what do I call the Black people who are standing against holistic health and wellness as advocated by Dr. Dr. Sebi and people like Dr. Afua and other people who don't ascribe to the pharmaceutical indoctrination or the pharmaceutical propaganda machine? Those who say, no, Black people can be more in charge of where their health is if they first identify what they're consuming and how much of what they're consuming is either good for them, vitamin rich, what type of proteins and so forth. I don't know about all of that shit. So I'm just one who wants to hear the debate. But I do hear my brother saying, where are the Black men who are either willing to stand against it so I can be sharpened with iron, or to stand for it so that we can have this conversation in defense of Dr. Sebi, and even in defense of the Black people who are yet to come? Because the message is, do you continue to propagate, i.e. Marcus Garvey was a fraud in America, or Dr. Sebi was not somebody who could help or what he was teaching could not be beneficial, or do we make the stand on principle of protecting our own? And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. Hopefully, I'm in the arena.
Man, you just murdered it, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Like
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate that. Yeah, man. And Louis is also in the building. How you doing, brother?
Peace, peace, brothers. Brother Moses, peace to you, Suave. Thanks for having me up on your panel, man. It's my first time, brother, even though I've been
Peace.
aware
Man.
of you for years. So, salute to you. I think this is a great topic. I appreciate how you and Domo's interrogation, like your nose for like sniffing out a great topic, man. I think Sabi is kind of a victim of people's um, unawareness or misinformation when it comes to holistic healing. And I think
Hmm.
everybody can benefit from that sort of education. And I've been watching your videos the last week and a half or so. You've been putting out the information. I think that uh,
All
a
right.
lot can be gleaned from watching these videos and everything. I know I've learned like because that's what I mean. Like the way people like shooting at Sabius in terms of being a quote unquote charlatan or whatever. I just think it's
Hmm.
coming from a sense of like not knowing much about holistic healing. But I'm looking forward to the debate. I think you're doing a great job of promoting, and I don't know, man. Like, man. I'm thinking this because going in, again, I didn't know much about holistic healing, so I'm assuming like it's a easy win from the other side. But now, I mean, like I'm thinking you actually shifting the tide a little bit, man. And I think you might have a decent shot, man, especially on this premise. So yeah, man, I'm gonna sit back and just check it out a little bit, man. You guys got it.
I appreciate that, God. Appreciate both of y'all contribution to the platform, stream, and being honest in your understanding. Yeah, and I think that's kind of just where my setting is. Like I kind of be so oblivious to the fact of the ethos that people have against me, where it's like, or not against me, but against my argument. But it's like, yeah, people already feel like Sabi was, and I guess because it's not like a hot topic that we talk about all the time. I missed that boat that everybody just came off, like not everybody, but there's a large collective of people who just screaming, yeah, Dr. Sabi wasn't shit. He never healed nothing. His products ain't shit. And I'm like, based off of what? How do you make the claims he made and not end up in prison? How do you make the claims he made and still open an institution practicing the same stuff? And it's not getting shut down. How do you then pass that information on to your wives and they do the same stuff and they not getting prosecuted? Then how do they pass it down to your children and now your children are out here even doing this stuff and they don't get prosecuted? Like they still doing it and it's going mainstream to the point where like they on the Breakfast Club and like the other Tasha K interview that I shown, dealing with celebrities. And there's nobody holding up a Dr. Sebi product saying this doesn't work. This is fake. I don't understand. It was like, what convention, 1060, what convention did I miss? Where everybody got so confident in the fact that Dr. Sebi was a snake oil salesman. I just didn't get it because, like, for me, when I heard about it, it was like one of my times when I was very extreme. So I was just, really just all day just watching videos and pausing the video, opening up a tab and going to find some literature on it, some studies on it, and seeing what it was. And Dr. Sabi was just one of them things I knew was a governmental cover up. I'm sorry. I just knew that they were purposely not giving him any attention because if he get validated, absolutely, sister. I have no idea. I ain't gonna lie. Absolutely. Um, and it was like I just knew that it was getting covered up. I just knew that they was purposely not talking about it. They wasn't challenging him or nothing. Like this man should have been in court every year because every year he made the claim we cure AIDS, we cure HIV, we cure herpes, we cure paralysis, blindness, and lupus. Like that shit is crazy, bro. But for some reason, there's some big mysterious red button that got pushed on Sabi, and nobody has that source. Link me to that information. The best y'all got is to hope that people don't understand civil cases because he lost a civil case and had to pay $900 for the use of certain terminologies. Don't make a mistake on yourself. I'm sorry. And I think Domo knows that. I think he's he he looking and he can't find it. He looking and he can't find it. And that's what happens. The information I've been bringing out about Rockefeller funding the curriculum of the medical schools, Rockefeller funding the curriculum of black universities, and then seeing that really develop into a personality in real time, it grew me up a little bit. It grew me up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Like that was just something I was like, not stuff makes sense. You're educated in these institutions to come out and speak propaganda in authority or false authority that you don't have. But you got an institution backing you. And I bet you get funded before I get funded. I bet you get a job as a speaker before I get a job as a speaker. How you doing? I just don't, I guess I missed that correlation, not giving a damn. Nah, thank you. Enjoy your food. I appreciate it. I had another black up here, though. You see it? A
But you
black
know
and
what,
white up
Suave,
here.
man? You know what, Suave, man? Like a lot of this topic does center around like the evolution of the conscious community over the past decade and a half, in terms of
Mhm.
the way because before, like there's been a push to have more peer-reviewed information, or
Uh-huh.
and that term pseudo and everything. So we on the side of YouTube where with Q Butter and Brother Psycho and guys like Taz, like these guys are like researchers and everything, so they tend to kind of go with information that's been like provable or fact checked and peer reviewed. But I remember the conscious community, like I said, a decade, maybe decade and a half ago, where you know not so much. So now it's kind of caught in that dichotomy, which I don't necessarily dismiss, like pseudo quote unquote information like out of hand, but at the same time, like you still want to have um, information that's firmly supported. So there's where the conflict and the contention comes from, I believe, Swag.
Yeah,
Suave,
I
let me
can
ask
see
you. It
that.
sound like you just said, did you infer that Dr. Sabi was blackballed from the medical industry or the or academia in any way? Is that your inference?
Clout. Don't give him no clout. Like, let him do what he doing over there, but don't give him no clout. Now, because of his line of work, he can't be certified under AMA or FDA because as in which they work. So it's like, cool. But what it is if this man was taken to court in 88, 89, 90, 91, all the way to his death, because he never stopped saying it. And not only did he not stop saying it, his children are saying it now. His wife,
Can you hear him, Brother Moses? Or
find
he dropped.
anything medical, misleading anybody on some medical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think, like if so, like looked up the other people convicted of practicing medicine without a license. I looked up other, I looked up other herbalists who made bold claims about curing stuff, and motherfuckers got locked up. Motherfuckers got they certain shit taken away. Couldn't practice the way that they practice healing. Sabi faced none of those consequences. The only consequences face that Sabi had to face, he had to pay $900 for the use of certain verbiage in the newspaper, and then they ordered him not to make those claims again in certain fashions, and he kept doing. And he kept like, fuck y'all court order, fuck y'all court order. I know I'm not lying, and if you bring me to court again, it's only gonna make your scientists have to come and deal with them, and they can't. So you better leave me alone. And that's what they, because he proved it to that judge. He proved it to that judge. The people believe him, and the billionaires become trillionaires, and so don't let nobody fuck them. That is, there's some legitimate a spook. I don't got to make a monster under the bed. All you got to do is line the information up. People want returns on their money, and if you invest 100 million into something, how much money do you want back? Like, come on, man, $100 million in 1910 is like $1 billion today. You invest into something, never lose control of it. Cool, speculate, whatever, but it's definitely lined up that big pharma likes to control the ability to practice medicine, and not just to keep people safe, but to keep their investors investing. If they get defunded, and that's another thing. To your point, brother Lou, I appreciate people up in that standard of studying, peer review shit. But how do you get peer review shit if your peers can't review it because they'll lose their license? Because they'll get defunded. They not fucking around like that, man. And then it's like, huh, even when you have, because now you have other doctors that's leaving the clinical side and coming to the herbalistic side, leaving the synthetic side and coming to the, and they letting shut up the middle because they don't practice in that fashion no more. Yeah, we being silenced. We're being silenced. Our YouTube channels are like being blacklisted. Our books blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? Shit going on, and it's not even hidden no more, bro. It's not even hidden no more. So I guess yes, in a way, blackball, but definitely being ignored and being avoided. You bring Dr. Sebi up in certain motherfucking areas, let's talk about something else. You can't even come at me and prove you. Now, how hard is it to disprove a nigga that's lying about healing people? How hard is that? You got 77 cases of people having and different stuff, and then clinically being. I didn't do nothing but go, and the people at the FDA or the AMA said, no, it got to be something else because we don't teach that. Well, at the same time, you work with a synthetic version of what I'm saying I wouldn't use. So if a synthetic version helps suppress HIV, how does that at least lead to an investigation if the natural version of it would suppress it more or reverse it or heal it? Like there's a blatant, willful ignorance going on, and it's being funded by people who don't give a fuck about you. But they fund your education, they fund your grocery stores, you know, they give you a low quality of everything that they fucking can, a subpar quality of everything they can, man. And somehow we just keep waking up every day convinced these crackers will shake our hand and not wipe that shit off with gas station paper towel. Like fucking is over, bro. And now they don't even got to do it. They can just step out the way and fund black people education, let them suck up their curriculum and all of their little sidebar conversations they have because they're in proximity to these people, and then just come out into the black community and be little motherfucking sleeper cells. Anytime a motherfucker come start talking in the hood about some real shit, here go these super studied, super reading, Super educated motherfucker saying, you stupid, you ignorant, you don't read shit, you don't know shit. Man, we never had to read. We never had to read to know shit. We lived it. We lived it. We lived grandma making you feel better from the garden. But we forgot about that shit. We forgot about that shit, man. And that shit really, it's a bigger conversation, I guess, in that sense. But I love the way that this debate forced me to study this stuff and retain this information, and in the way that I gotta compile it.
Right. And then let me help you again, reel it back to the debate. One of the ways that Domo likes to paint the debate early on is by calling out the types of fallacies that the other side of the argument commits. So it's not necessarily saying, here's what Suave will do, but it really is. And it's still tongue in cheek inside of the debate. And so the type of fallacy that people commit when they try to prosecute Dr. Sebi is an appeal to ignorance. It's where they say, well, you can't prove that his stuff works, so therefore it must be wrong. And that's similar to what you're saying when you make the claim that year after year, he was saying the same things to the point where his wife started saying the same, his children started saying the same, and there was no prosecution, right? Because they have this thing that they know will help, but they're going up against a great machine. So the other one that I would use is, and you can consider it, is like the appeal to authority. And in this case, you want the authority to be like the Sackler family or the pharmaceutical company, something with a tangible dollar figure amount, something where you can say, now they have this big opioid crisis and they're telling white people to pull back, or they're telling the nation to pull away from even the drugs that they said were supposed to be so good. So why then did they blacklist, if you're going to use that, Dr. Sebi and his family and their holistic health approach? Why? Because they appealed to the ignorance of the people who didn't know, and then they appealed to the authority of the pharmaceutical companies just because they're rich. And when you
Absolutely.
propagate those two messages, they become dangerous against our people. When white people get the flu, we get them, or when they get a cold, we get the motherfucking flu. You know, and those type of analogies help to combat when somebody says, well, he's going to commit these fallacies. And so you having your own fallacies that go against the argument, not against Domo. He's just guilty of falling into it.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's a great
yeah,
argument, brother.
and you're right, because he did jump on the panel and ask me, did Dr. Sabi cure AIDS? I said, yeah. And then it was a conversation about, with people being diagnosed, getting the treatment, and then being diagnosed again and being found not to be sick. And he's saying, well, that's a slippery slope fallacy. So I know about, yeah, I've been warning people about his tactics of not having the conversation, but avoiding the conversation and just trying to wrap up the debate in a dismissal of your argument because he cannot have the conversation. So appeal to authority was something that I looked up to make sure that I was right, because I'm like, all he gonna do is say, "How you doing?" The FDA says, the AMA says he's just gonna lean on the people that we really question him. Cool. And the appeal to ignorance is an angle that I can admit I didn't think about, but I highly appreciate that, because that is real. You know, he likes to try to talk over people's head, and people ego make them say, "Domo right," just so they don't have to ask, what did he mean when he used those words in that way? I don't understand what he's saying. You
Right.
know.
So the appeal to the second one, he is the person who's supposed to be trying to convict Dr. Sebi. And so
Mhm.
instead of proving that he's guilty, he just says, well, look at all of this. You could say whatever you want about these people, the anecdotal information, but he never proves that he didn't cure AIDS. He just says it like, oh, he didn't cure AIDS. And then he went to court and they used this against him in court, but it never proved him guilty. So all of these years, like you're making the argument very clear to us, but in the debate style, why is it so detrimental for us? It's because appealing to that same authority of the Sackler family of the pharmaceuticals now led to the opioid crisis. And now they're trying to find other solutions for the same authority that told them taking those pills was the solution in the first place. So why would we listen to these people? The same authority that he's telling us was right, FDA or whoever you want it to be, who are all in that same pocket. So I love the argument, but I think by calling it out in the same debate type format that he's using and calling him to account, you tell the audience that he's not right in doing so. He has not yet proven that Dr. Sebi is guilty of being a fraud or what we call a snake, or what they call, excuse me, a snake oil salesman. And in this event, the judges have to side with you. He's not proven guilty, so therefore he's innocent until proven guilty. All right.
That's right,
Yeah.
brother Moses. And not only just as far as the opioid, them being responsible for the opioid, they also have one of the entities that has a stranglehold over the entire system as a whole. I mean, they got their hands in politics and everything else, and who knows? I mean, I like where it's going. I like where Suave is going. In terms of like if you're gonna uh, attack Dr. Sabi's holistic approach, man, I can attack the alternative, which is, like you said, the appeal to authority, which, like you said, they're responsible for this opioid stuff, and you can take in any direction once you get that message made, as far as what they're doing, because again, like I said, they got their hands in politics, which led to all kind of other um, abuses of the people outside of the medical industry. So that's a great point, Moses.
Right. And because they want to say, well, no, this is about Dr. Sabi. No, you're telling Black folks to invalidate holistic health, things like fasting or being conscious, mindful of what you're even consuming in the first place. And on the same note, if he does want to say, now here are the products that we're calling to account from Dr. Sabi, now he's actually willing to have the argument. But anything outside of that, he's just appealing to the authority of the pills, and we see that those pills are being devastated. So vote for us, because his authority is killing people, and they know that to be true. And until he presents a different authority, what is he saying is better than what Dr. And you've already made clear what Dr. Sabi lays out. That's your first round introduction. Here's what Dr. Sabi was about. How is this harmful for Black people? And if he can't prove that what Dr. Sabi is saying is harmful, and he only uses the generalizations of the court case or saying he didn't cure AIDS, then what is your authority for curing AIDS? And that authority is invalidated because they're killing people with the same pills. So now the cure is still good. That pulls all the way to the end of the debate. What else does he debate with? Anyway,
Yeah, that's a fact. And yeah, that's what I was saying. When Rockefeller dumped all that money into the medical industry and used Carnegie and the Flexner report and bought Congress so that they would pass laws so that the medical industry would flip from holistic to synthetic. Like that just show you the span. And if they did that in 1910, and it's been proven, like we know that money is in politics. Like money
and when you
is in
say
politics.
1910, I immediately jumped to the Eugenics Society and how they were actually trying to influence as well. So there's different fears that the chat or even the judges may have that can be, played on in the 1910s. They almost go into
Understood.
red herrings, but if you start thinking Tuskegee experiment and what caused Black people to say, well, we really don't trust the medical industry, you really have a time period of why it matters. And so
Right.
holistic, where we used to go, versus this new synthetic, and do we go into the future with more synthetics, or do we go into the future getting back to holistic?
Absolutely. And like I say, if there's some legitimacy to your pharmaceutical drugs, cool, cool. I don't like I get the whole throw of it, but I guess see my conflict is because he's gonna come with I'm not trying to kick Dr. Sabi. And he's gonna try to make me the extreme person who says They hiding the truth. The doctors and they lying and woo, woo, woo. So I'm gonna have to have a sufficient job of tying that in, or I could just concede that. Hey, okay. Um,
You're definitely gonna play the conspiracy theorist card, like
you
so.
see, yeah, you see what I'm saying? He gonna try to make me look like a kook. But I could say, hey man, take your aspirin, take your Tylenol. If your doc go to a doctor and get diagnosed and take the regimens that the doctor put, I don't gotta hate the doctors.
Wasn't cocaine big in like the 1910s? Didn't
Yeah,
he prescribe that shit? I mean,
yeah,
there's so many different things that you could work in to make his authority just look absolutely dumb
And
against the
weed was the
holistic
devil
health.
also.
yeah.
Weed was
Shout
the
out to
devil.
Coca-Cola.
So it just depends how many ways you can work them into your slides to say, well, look at his authority in, like, how do you say it? In by negation or in absence. He
Hmm.
won't come out and say, I'm against Dr. Sabi. No, he won't make that stance. But what is he actually saying he's for by being against it then? He's saying he's for Mr. Ozempic. He's for, Johnson and Johnson baby powder. He's for,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying?
With all
Yeah.
those side effects and everything. Yeah, that's
Right.
crazy.
He's for that late night commercial that then,
Yes,
it tells you you get a beautiful life and then it gives you heartache and diarrhea and then it may lead to dry
yes.
mouth and then eventual death. That's what he's for. You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
have one of those
Yeah.
commercials in my presentation. Actually, the worst one.
Definitely. I'm just saying, how do you win the debate? Because yes, the information is good, but there has to be some form of rebuttal to him as the debater and his approach being all scientific. And then it has to, I almost say, do you make it comical or do you make it serious? Like the opioid epidemic is serious. That's lead to a lot of tragedies. Like 300,000 people are dying, but different
Yeah.
overdoses, even from the 1980s, where we've seen the catastrophic events of what happens when the government says we're in charge of your health and then they start doing things. And so if you make his side of the debate the government being in charge of the individual's health and Dr. Sabi saying, well, the people should be more aware of what their health and what's causing their disease, then I think you have a left and a right side argument where we can keep arguing it back and forth. Don't let him take the middle and say, well, I'm not really against Dr. Sabi. I'm just saying he didn't cure AIDS. No, get the fuck out of here. You're telling
That's
black
a
people
fact.
that we shouldn't believe in holistic health, that we should keep using synthetic drugs.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. And that's why I know he can't have a conversation. He's got to try to convince that I'm uncertified. He went to school. I believe in Africans coming to America before the slave trade. Try to make me look crazy, minimize Dr. Sabi's court case, because if he didn't prove it, he would have been found guilty, man. That's just it. He proved it in a court case. But these people were diagnosed with this, was treated by me, and now they don't got it no more after diagnosed from another person. So I get all of that. Yeah, and it's easy to it's like, man, it's a walk,
So
bro.
are you presenting that part of the court document inside of your PowerPoint?
I'm the testimony of it because the thing is,
The
um,
testimony transcript, like the official document. So logic is a part of the debate and then the
yeah,
reasoning of said logic, but you have to include the actual article or debate element that you're going to be arguing from in the debate for
mm,
it to be valid for the judges. So if you're saying Sackler family, you have to have that. If you're saying 1910s Coca-Cola, you have to have a slide or
had
something
it,
that
yeah.
puts that in there. So when the debate is on and people are viewing it, we can only judge it by what we've seen and most of what we heard, but what we've seen in the debate is what we can carry through to the rounds.
Yeah. The thing is with those transcripts, they are sealed. When the defendant wins, the court seals those documents to protect from, I forgot the verbiage, but basically other people just trying to mock what he did and coming in trying to find a loophole. Plus, you have to protect the identity of 77 people because they coming in admitting I had HIV, I had herpes, woo, woo, woo. And so there's many reasons to seal these transcripts, so they are sealed. The case is there, but you can't get the transcript, bro. And it's been plenty of people who are knowledgeable lawyers who tried to get it, but you can't get them transcripts for nothing. And I believe the reason that that is so tightly sealed is because the viability of the case. Like if it comes out that he proved he cured AIDS, then the medical industry takes a hit.
Wait,
You know
so
what I'm
if the
saying?
case and transcripts are sealed, what evidence is he even going to be arguing from?
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I got testimony from Dr. Sabi, his wife, his kids, Dr. G saying this man did this. This man was taken to court. The judge asked him to bring one person. You could look at the Rock Newman show, you could look at CBS Channel News, Channel 2 News, and they saying this man was prosecuted for this, asked to bring one patient from each illness with a pre and post diagnosis, and he did it 77 times and they dismissed it. I don't know
How long
what
is your
he
round?
gonna
Is it
get.
10 minutes? And
I don't know. We ain't even talked about the round yet. So I
do you
would
have a
like to
video
get
editing software to where you can have those clips in those, like, the small window, the 15-second clip, the 20-second clip, the 30
yeah, I
second clip?
can. A lot of the way I do it, man, I just screen record it on my phone, share it to my computer, and I put it in my PowerPoint. So I had those videos.
Have
I
you
had
heard
those
of like
videos.
Filmora, Wondershare?
Yeah, I heard of Phil Moore a minute ago. Yeah.
That's another one. But yeah, however you do it though, I know that I used to do it that way to the PowerPoint as well. Those videos, and then put it right inside the PowerPoint. But when you're working with those
Hmm.
individual small clips, how would you get them to line up to where they still fit within a 1 minute window of your debate? So if you're in round one, so you've had your introduction where you presented your defense of Dr. Sabi. You've introduced who he is. You've introduced who his people are, what he stood on, and what you're going to be defending in the debate clearly.
Hmm.
And then you go into your round after he does his, where he comes in and he says, these are the reasons why we should not validate Dr. Sabi as being a positive, holistic health approach for the Black community. And so now you have your turn, and it's time for you to open up your PowerPoint slide. It opens up and Dr. Sabi's speaking for herself, and then you say from Dr. Sabi's own words, and then you move into either the testimonies or the court case or whatever part of that. You know what I'm saying? So something along
Yeah.
those lines. That next 3 minutes of the debate where it's really allowing his people to stand on who he is and what he represents. And then you go into your defense of said Dr. Sabi and why it's beneficial for the community. So that little 3 minutes of video or 2 minutes, however it gets edited down, is going to be super powerful, bro. Because you have a lot of video that you played for the last few days, but what segments are you using to actually stand on it? That's going to be
Yeah,
important.
that's the thing too, being focused and not saturating the debate with just video after video after video. It's just the very prominent points. His testimony on the case and how he won it, a couple of supporting witnesses' testimony on how he won it, and then the testimonies of the people who are saying, no, my son has sickle cell. He treated my son, and my son no longer has sickle cell. You know what I'm saying? I had herpes. I no longer have herpes. Like stuff like that. And I guess just pretty much like somehow I gotta get the ethos of how Dr. Sebi method of healing was the standard method of healing. It was the norm in every medical university in America. And then because of John D. Rockefeller's discovery of his petrochemicals, he invested his money to change that. And that's the system we're born into, being left clueless and ignorant of the holistic quality. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I got some stuff I got a little board to put together and stare at and speak to, but it's there. I know it's there. And I don't have to lie. I don't have to omit information. I don't have to manipulate. I don't have to have a got you moment. Dr. Sabi was a fucking healer, bro.
It sounds like you're ready to get to the part of the back and forth of the debate, the interrogation between you and him.
Now, because the Domo's style of answering questions, like you could ask him, did you eat today? He say, well, the fact of me eating is irrelevant.
Right? So you're not even looking forward to that.
You see
You
what I'm
know he's
saying?
gonna try
So
to run and not answer it.
My thing is just calm down, set the questions to be yes or no, and accept his answers, and hope that the judges see or point out. his lack of answering questions, dismissing my question and his answering, not giving us the component that I just blatantly asked for. He's trying to tell you to look over here instead of answering my question. So, I mean, there's nobody else better to have your first debate against but somebody like that who can be that mischievous and still come off so clean collar, you know.
But
But all I
sometimes the
got to do is
questions
be,
that and sometimes the questions that you don't answer, and pardon me by the way, that you don't answer can be more telling than the ones that you do. So yes, I think that's not a bad strategy either. So you go in the right
exactly.
direction.
Exactly. So I'm leaning more of my question around being him and unable or showing some type of concern about just honestly answering the question straight up the middle. And then remaining to my stance on just answering the question, just telling the truth. You know, so he cannot have an honest conversation. He's gonna have to pull some trickery and it's just up to me to catch it and point it out. That's it. So yeah, that back and forth round is like one of my hardest rounds. That's one of my strongest rounds. I actually love that round, you know, and Domo's just one of them people that I have had a concern. You know, I just keep failing to remind myself he doesn't answer questions, you know, and I keep getting myself frustrated with that. But now that I
So
already
let me
know
do
what's
this
going
then.
on. Mhm.
Then what's going to be important then is going to be your rebuttal. So you can't say, well, it hurts you then if you say he doesn't answer questions if you yourself don't have a strong ass rebuttal round. So your rebuttal round definitely has to be the one that answers the questions. Was Dr. Sabi selling snake oil? So, yes, you can lay it out in the first round. Here's Dr. Sabi. Here's the testimonies. Here's where society pivots and starts joining the synthetics. And that's why we have the divide and more disease today. And then that's your first round where you were stood in defense of Sabi. But when it's time for your refutation, you definitely do have to drive home the points of, and this is how it wasn't a snake oil. So, what are the products that he actually did push? And do you have a way of defending those? Like, I don't know Dr. Sabi's entire list of products, but which ones are the ones that you can most freely describe and say there was nothing wrong with them at all? Or these are the holistic products, approaches that anybody in the world would defend, or like you said, the academics defend.
Yeah,
My bad.
well, my first hand, because I used some of his products back in the day, some years ago. So it's the cell food there because all of the stuff is organic. All of the ingredients are natural that come from the ground. There's no RX-0211. What the fuck is that type shit? Like no, and you could easily look at these ingredients and easily have even the FDA and AMA saying that these things are beneficial in these ways. They just won't push it to being a cure. You see what I'm saying? But I even have other doctors that have testimony, shout out to Melanated Goddess, that these things res- reversed illnesses, but they even admit that their colleagues won't touch it because they still practice in a certain way where it could risk their reputation.
See,
But
right there, you're not giving me a clear answer. Once again, what are some of the products that were pushed by Dr. Sabi that you could speak to? And then just give me like 3 or 4 products.
okay, yeah. Well, I could go with the cell cleansing, which I actually used, and it did reduce my weight, cleared up my breathing. I felt younger, like you just feel younger all the way through. Like this is the effects it's had to me. It took the soreness and painness out of my knees. To this day, I still don't have that soreness and pain in my knees, even though my diet had went back to eating meat, this, that, and the other.
And
Um,
Swap, I've heard you make this argument to the dude, and I didn't feel like it was the strongest one when you personalize it to yourself rather than just saying what the products are.
yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, and I
So what
appreciate
is the
that. I
product and
definitely
what is the
compiled.
product ascribed to do? So
Yeah, I
Dr.
definitely
Sabi had
compiled
these
those.
products
Yeah,
1, 2, and 3. This product
yeah.
number one does this. This product number two is this. This product number three is this. Nothing. The FDA did not invalidate any of these products, or those are the ones that you say. If you're using it as a defense, you can't say the other part where it's like, oh no, they wouldn't mess with it. If
Yeah,
that's still the case, then you haven't overcome the objection to the actual product. So that's not the
absolutely.
product that you need to use yet. Are there products that overcome the objection that he has? Because that's the debate.
Yeah, yeah. And I got, like I said, I had a list of products.
Okay.
I have the people who use the products, and I will show that you can't get anybody testifying that these products did them dirty, did them greasy, or he only sold them for money. Because the thing about Domo's premise, in his interview, I said, based on what? What is your argument based off of? And he said, based off of the court cases, the
Hmm.
testimonies, and the way that people responded to him. So the court cases was destroyed on the spot because he admitted he only knew about one case. And he also said, I know he lost that case, which he was incorrect. He won that case. As far as testimonies, what testimonies are you going to bring? Because I got a lot of testimonies saying, I use this product, it helped me in this way. I used his treatment and it cured me in this way. And then the way that people responded to him, when I got Lisa Left Eye Lopez said, hey, I know a man that cured AIDS since 1987. I went through his regimen and I was cured. And Dr. Sabi also put out, yes, at the time when she was alive, he wouldn't, but it came out. He said, yeah, Lisa Left Eye Lopez told me, I didn't even tell you, Dr. Sabi, but I had herpes when I came here and I no longer have it. And so that's why she kept coming back. So
So is that going to be your primary counterexample? Is Lisa Left Eye Lopez? If so, start with that, and then the clarity around product versus cure. Like it was a process that the people went through versus did they come and drink some magic water that he had? So if you can
yeah.
clarify that, like how long was Lisa Left Eye Lopez there with him and going
Hmm.
through said treatment? And what does so was it a treatment? Is that what we're concluding that it was more or less a treatment process, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was the treatment process. Um, because this is what he stood on. As far
Say
as
again?
the products, because that's what he stood on uniquely. Why he built the USHA Institute was that treatment to come into this place with the thermal waters, fast, eat these things because like Left Eye first time she came there, she did a 40-day fast. And this is when she testified that she got cleared of certain shit. Then she came back 3, 4 more times. Not only that, but her mother came back 3, 4 times because of the experience. So it's like, yeah, that's the one that I'm because she's the most open with it. Of course, we know he worked with Michael Jackson, and John Travolta and other people. So it's like, but they're not as open. They're like, I haven't heard them say shit. You see what I'm saying? But he got testimony that Obama bought $10,000 worth of his product. And you're saying this while Obama is still alive. Like the shit is like what you hitting on is correct, bro. It's compiling the right things that are strong that object to what he's saying that destroys his objection to what I'm saying. Like
Right.
you
So
right
right
about
there,
that
you made
mentality.
a very more clear statement when you said the USHA Institute and then 40 days of fasting. So those are the actual statements of clarity on what is his product or what is, i.e., the cure. When people just think that they can go to Dr. Sabi, a website, and then they buy something, put it in their shopping cart, and then make a transaction, they purchase that product, and now they've got something delivered to them that they can drink or consume or rub on their skin, and now they're losing weight and feeling better. That's the different form of a snake oil salesman. But
Hmm.
when you say that it was an actual institute that was inviting people to experience wellness holistically, you're creating a different form of clarity, like a wellness retreat versus somebody who just tried to buy something online. So again, if you can draw that distinction and make it seem like that's what Domo is doing today, is continuing to propagate this message that Dr. Sabi was a online website where you can purchase some silver water, that's wrong. Dr.
Yeah,
Sebi encompassed holistic wellness.
that's a fact. Even though I do got testimonies of people being like this one dude, he had a sister who what was her condition? I think it was lupus. And she was getting to the point where she couldn't even talk. She was just laying in bed all day. He said he contacted them because his niece, her daughter said it's a shame. No, his daughter told him it's a shame Auntie has to die this soon. And he said it set in like that is what's happening. So he did the research, came across Sebi information, contacted them. They told them to come here. He said she don't even get out of the bed, bro. He said, don't worry about it. Keep an eye out for the mail. And he sent her a package. He said he called her and asked her, and they answered the phone. And he thought he was talking to her daughter. He said, did your mother get the package? She said, this is me. Yeah, I got the package. I took it and I'm out of bed. Like it's real hard testimony of people being fucked up using one of his products and having a reverse in the symptoms of the illness. And on top of that, like the nail in the casket is the Usha Institute and people coming there. Like they just walking around asking people, and people just telling you, like, yeah, I couldn't talk when I got here. Now I can talk better. People saying I was blind when I got here. Now I can see better. It's just,
So it's
damn,
almost like
bro.
from a debate stance, how would I approach it? It's like the slide that you create. And here's what I did for Dr. Not Dr., but George Macon, brother George Macon. We were
Mhm.
doing when Black Power was a global phenomenon. And so I built into the PowerPoint where like if you can hover over different sections like hyperlinks. And then so we
Mhm.
put the person who was the overall person. Then I did like one bubble for like 1960s. And once you hover over that, that was where it went to the link. And so I'm thinking similar to like where you have on a website testimonials,
Yeah.
and then it just has the person, like so Lisa Left Eye. If it wasn't John Travolta who didn't have a testimony, but you just have the link to where that was mentioned, then it's just a hyperlink. But if you have like Lisa Left Eye as another clickable icon to hover over, and then the case of the person who was sick in his bed, that was another one. The product that actually helped you, I would create like a circular icon, kind of like the avatars we see now. And then if you needed to go in that bag, I would say even in myself, and then you hover over it and it shows where the product is. And if you click it, it would go to that part. And so again, how do you weaponize in a debate when you have limited amount of time to response and sound credible? Like these are the actual
Mhm.
testimonies of the people who are for Dr. Sebi's treatment plan. And why are you against it? Because you're a capitalist, right? You think you're a better capitalist than the Sackler family. So that's why you're being their mouthpiece or their market. You're their marketing you're HR for the Sackler family now, huh? You're, you're doing spin
Mhm.
narratives for the opioid producers. That's why you're here, Domo, right? So again, when we try to break down what Domo is doing here, as he wants to propagate the Sackler family, you want to propagate, no, we needed more Usha institutes,
Hey,
correct?
that's a fact. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's a fact.
He's saying
That
we
is a
need more
whole fact.
Sackler families. You're saying we need more like the Afua family. What was that? Red Pill family? Red Pill and Blue? Aren't they underneath her? Mama Afua then? No, that's Queen of Four, huh?
My laundry.
It's a lot of them though. But in any event, that's where it
Yeah.
seems like we're going.
Okay.
And I would say, to be honest and real with you, if this is the debate, like Lou said when he came up, is Domo saying there's parts of the conscious community that we have to hold a side eye to or to be cautious of? Is he almost sowing those same seeds of division about who do we need to watch out for in the conscious community? And we know damn well that would be a side-eyed slap in the face against red and blue pill. Is that what he's doing? Is that what Domo is doing today? That's a
Yeah,
little
well,
too deep though, right?
yeah, but I haven't gotten his premise
Right. I know.
written down,
You wanted
but
the conversation. I'm here to make it happen. When we could
yeah,
talk for hours,
absolutely.
bro.
Man, I love that, bro. Like real talk. Like real talk, bro. This is energizing. But it like I said, his premise his oral premise was the court cases, testimonies, and the way that people responded to him. Now, that doesn't mean he's necessarily standing on the back of anybody. It's just totally trying to discredit Dr. Sebi's products, which I could see him trying to compartmentalize into that and make everything that I say non-secular or irrelevant to the conversation, which is my job to show you why it's relevant to the conversation. How did we get here in the first place, you know? So I could definitely see that. Him
So, right. So you're saying Dr. Sebi and his followers and family were one of the best parts of the conscious community.
was,
And he's
yeah.
saying they're part of the scam and fraud part of the Black conscious community.
And I'm gonna say Dr. Sebi wasn't even part of the Black conscious community.
No, but he has a family and followers who are. You really cannot
Yeah,
say that they are not.
he has two stepchildren, like, and an
Who are his two
ex-wife,
stepchildren?
red and blue pill.
Exactly. So when he's
Yeah.
saying it, we can really not make it about nobody. There is an actual Sackler family, just like there's the real Walton family from Walmart. There's an actual Giuliani who was pushing it in New York, where the opioid crisis became so devastating they start crying about it so much, like it was crack again in the 80s. But these are the white folks' problems that exacerbate once the Black folks could get a hold of it. And I don't want to see our next generation's pill popped out and strung out on pills, ecstasy, code. I don't know, none of them, none of the synthetics that people are taking today. And so you have to win. And the only way to win is to make, if he wants to make it personal, I'm just saying it's in the back of the Rolodex that we know these are real people on our side of the aisle that he's arguing against. And they do hold the legacy. You can get in there and windmill for them, but if his actual debate is against the red pill and blue pill because he feels like they're scamming the community, then talk about it. Make him stand on that. Make him call him out by name. Those is real people following under Savy.
Absolutely. Casey, the arts degree, Dr. Inky, like, and Tanjan, who we all know,
I
she
know
gave her
Zoo.
testimony.
I got
Yeah.
people that I love on both sides of the aisle. That Top Cats is doing shows with them today. It seems like why it becomes even more contemporized because you have the Indians or We Aren't Black who are gravitating towards the holistic health movement and saying, yes, we understand the holistic health we always have. Why would we allow European medicines to determine how we heal?
Mhm.
How we heal is so fucking critical. Like, not just the spiritual sense of are you reconnecting the African spiritual systems or are you now moving towards indigenous, but how do you heal? Do you heal like a European or do you heal like a Black man?
Mhm. That's
Oh,
a
I need
fact.
these pills. We got more Black folks saying I need to pop a Vicodin and I need these 800s because I feel a pain in my head or in my face or in my sinuses. Nigga, no, you're feeling the residual impact of all of that nastiness you ate last night. It's dead, it's decomposing, and it's fucking your body up. Your body doing its best to decompose this that you ate, this dead animal, and now it's causing the adverse disease. And you need some pills, some Vicodin, codeine. Nigga, give you the hard shit, 800s. Nigga, you need the good shit, like you got a toothache. Come on now. And so you have a part of the Black community that will continue to have health and wellness retreats throughout America and abroad. And they will collect money for holding these conferences and bringing Black people together. They will, when they can, go to the old Black church and say, we need your members to become more healthy, do more aerobics and shit. Let our people set up on Saturday morning and Sunday, and we'll help your people in your community get healthy. That is a benefit to the community. But he would argue that that's the snake charm that gets people exposed and vulnerable financially. And now they're talking about credit or they're grifting the Black community. No, Black health and the awareness of Black health is important to us. We don't just sit here and eat ourselves to oblivion until we die. If there's something that we should be learning that is right there, it's not hidden knowledge. It's right there for us. Why would we allow the propaganda machine to keep telling us to invalidate it? And yes, they can put it behind the veil of an educated Negro named Domo who can win debates so eloquently. But the position to which he wins that debate would invalidate the human experience of black folks who say, I don't need to eat like those white people. They want the fucking animal shot and then barely hit with fire, but still bleeding. They want the vein to still have the blood in it, and they want to eat it that way. And black folks shouldn't continue to grift ourselves in how we eat to be more like them. That shit is gross. I saw a big ass plate and I thought it was like, what the fuck? It was a big ass pool of blood. And that's what the white folks want to eat. They call it protein and they think, like, what? Man, there's some dangerous things nutritious wise, and that's the slippery slope he's referring to. That if black folks don't get more cognizant and aware, mindful of how we consume and what we consume into our bodies, where fasting for 40 days is the least that we can worry about. Like we're need a fast. If we can't get people to understand why the fast is important, then of course it's just a downhill slope. We should keep listening to people like Domo because a pill is what we're going to need to remedy the temporary pains of what we eat. But the fast requires discipline. He wasn't asking for a soft commitment. Dr. Sebi was asking for them to change something about what they were doing and to commit a matter of time to it. That's not snake oil.
No, especially when you got doctors like, even I just saw a study, it said shocking new link between fasting and cancer. And it's like people saying my fasting shrunk my tumors. I went to the doctor didn't know what to do. And I took it upon myself, did some research, practicing intermittent fasting, some of them more stringent fasting, but their tumors shrunk, like medically diagnosed. And they're giving credit to one of the steps that Sabi stands on, which is fasting, which he says is how he got cured, which he says how left eye got cured, how she says she got cured. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, I don't get it, man. Fasting and introducing vegetation into your life, certain herbs, staying away from certain foods that compromise your body ability to keep itself well and to reverse illness and just like I don't see it, bro. I don't see it, bro.
So
I don't
those are
see
the
it.
tenets of wellness that Dr. Sebi has preached that have been institutionalized, and they don't get. Do you think the red pill and blue pill are getting residual, revenue checks for the intellectual property that Dr. Sebi synthesized? I'm not saying he originated it, but him synthesizing it is a whole
Hmm.
lot better than a synthetic pill, is what we're arguing in this debate.
That's a
But
fact.
yet the synthesized information of preparedness. How do you prepare your body to you're the one who's causing the disease? Again, once again, we have all of these different options of what we can consume. If we are given any agency as adults, then we are causing some disease with what we consume. And so Dr. Sebi synthesizing the information about nutrition and then making that available. Of course, the capitalists are going to take it and not give him the credit for it and then sue him and say, well, you can't say cure in medicine, because they want the residual and long-term revenue for the intellectual property that is derived from the terms of the trademarks for cure in medicine. But that does not mean that it wasn't help, that what Dr. Sebi was doing was not what was actually helping and curing or being the medicine that those people needed for their disease. Now, the other one was, and he made small of it, sexually transmitted diseases, as if that isn't a big topic. So I don't think that we should allow him to diminish it and just say, well, Dr. Sebi only focused on curing sexually transmitted disease. We kill the only and say starting there is more than enough to respect his legacy, and then to make the conversation about, well, what was it that cured the sexually transmitted disease, and build from there, not to destroy from there. You don't say he specialized in curing sexually transmitted diseases and that makes him bad. No, that argument would have validated why working with the Dr. Sebi's approach or methodology, his tenets should be researched further, not, erased from history with court cases and so forth. And anyway, this shit is getting too heated. I don't know. I'm getting further and further into the debate. At first, I thought I would just help iron sharpen iron. It sounded like you were But I like the stages because you presented the information for a few days, you let us wrestle with it, and then you kind of attack some of the brothers with it to provoke a conversation. And then today
What's
was
going on,
kind of
brother?
like I want to call this nigga a sellout or a coon, but I'm not quite there yet. But that's what I feel like
Mhm.
anybody who's attacking Dr. Sabi and the legacy is doing. And so again, if red pill and blue pill are the continuation of his legacy, his adopted children, and you're saying protect them that they can continue to move forward, then I would make that case. I would not argue against that as well. Yes, some people say that's too anecdotal, but he's appealing to authority nobody knows. We can see red and blue pill. Anybody.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely can. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you having that line and bagging back. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, the red books, blue pill, man, KT the arts degree, his sons, the Bowman family, like his ex-wives, multiple, like, and they not dragging them. They not dragging them. So I'm messing with it, bro. That screen not coming on. I don't know why. Oh, you got it on? Oh, okay, bet. Cause I've been messing with the Mars all day. But oh, okay. That's hard. But yeah, you want me to count down? You don't know what you want me to do? But yeah, that's hard. So yeah, man, and I hope you like y'all really appreciate it. Let me see, bringing the high tech of West and East wisdom of natural cures. Understood. Genetic does have the genetic does have someone to be pre-diagnosed, but diet and supplements can most times mitigate things. But we also pass on poor eating habits to our children. So yeah. Well, African witch doctors also told people that having sex with virgins got rid of AIDS. Yeah, yeah, and
That is
doctors.
fucking hilarious. Right. The debate is so tricky because there's different things that you can say, and just because you said it, it can cause the whole debate to go
Yeah,
left. Like,
yeah,
and he
but
might
you got to
know that
remember
if he can make correlations to like African witch doctors and shit like that, that the entertainment aspect alone is enough to distract. Again,
15,
that's why I
30
said
seconds.
the appeal to ignorance in the debate. Some people
Yep.
don't know. So whatever term you use that gives them the closest image, they can run with that.
Yeah, but it's like the judges have to do their job. Thank you. And so I hope they don't. I have faith that they just not there to just get told what they already believe. To actually weigh up the debate and the information, the methodology,
Wait,
and
now,
see
so
who
here's
wrote
an
what.
insider advantage. You know Dr. Mo is systems and processes. So as a judge, if you get her, then I would emphasize if you're one of the debaters who does this. Now I know different debate approaches, but if you want to play to the judges, Dr. Mo is the benefits of having systems and processes in place. So saying the Usher Institute, saying that they were there with him for 40 days as they went through the holistic health experience like a retreat, bringing it together like that, then you'll definitely get
Hmm.
her vote because it's the
Yeah, that's a
creating of
whole
a
nother
black
side
institute
to it.
that she would respect in the first place. Do we need more black people creating actual tangible institutes where people who are black who experience disease can go physically and actually receive healing in the form of a structured and organized space like the Usher Institute? If the answer is yes, then vote for your position and do not negate Dr. Sabi or do not affirm the argument that he was a snake
Snake
oil
oil salesman. Yeah,
salesman. You would have to
yeah.
agree with. And yeah, so it's tricky because there are terms in the debate that I do know Domo is strong on. I've never had to debate him personally, only just
Hmm.
like brushes on sparring, like on like black feminism and was it beneficial for black folks in America, shit like that, like just on the spur of the moment, let's clash. But in a structured debate, I do know that he has a knack for bringing a well polished presentation. And if he fights with the same vitriol of him defending DEI, not DUI, DEI, he is a worthy opponent at all times. He comes out scratching and shit. So,
Oh, absolutely. I would never say Domo isn't a threat and not a worthy opponent. Uh, I think, like I say, argument wise, he dies. Method wise, I have to impress. I think he already has the ethos on the argument. I think he already has the benefit of the doubt of who's the more experienced debater. Who's former debating you would prefer, stuff like that. But if you keep it to the if you keep it to the standard of did he prove Dr. Sabi to be guilty of what he accused him of, like he not going nowhere.
Right. Did he do what the state and the federal government could not, which is prove the guilt of being a snake oil salesman? Because
Thank
academia seems to embrace it. And even today, fasting or mindfulness and then nutrition information is the biggest push. Like pushing nutritional information. What can you do at home to help yourself prevent disease? That seems to be the biggest push today that we've accepted. So why would you be against it? But again, that dude brings an argument. This dude said DEI was the radical tradition. I said, what? So you never know what he's going to actually push. He may present this as being the counter. Dr. Sabi was pushing white supremacist voodoo. You never know what that dude. You just listen and be like, for real? This nigga done tied it to all type of Ashkenazis and
I
shit.
may
You like,
still be on
what?
time. If she texts me, I'll let you know. Okay. So which one? Yeah, I get my shit down there. Yeah, I get that. But like I say, because he thought he kind of opened up a little window because when he thought he lost that debate, I mean he lost that case. This one, sister, when he thought he lost that case, that let me know he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right now he is searching around and finding out that the evidence for the ethos that's popular isn't out there as like as strongly as he thought it would be. So
I mean, I
I'm
like
waiting on
what's
this
brewing
premise
because
to
it
see
is
what's
going to
going on.
force, it's definitely going to force black people to stand on some hard positions that otherwise black people wouldn't be standing on. And so to put
Uh-huh.
a mind like
How you
his
doing?
to
No
try to
problem.
defend anti Dr. Sabi, yeah, we need that
Mhm.
type of
Thank
iron
you.
sharpening iron.
No problem, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that be the thing with
Give me
me too.
your
Like
best.
outside the debate, I would like for people to admit, hey, you're right. And we need to get some type of validity. I don't know why he doesn't have a larger, you know what I'm saying, reputation, positive reputation. I don't know why so many people are going against him. And the Usha Institute is a modern day, you know, it's impressive. I won't want to use any words that take me out too deep, but it
Mhm.
is like a modern day miracle, bro. Like people are feeling like they witnessing a fucking miracle. I mean, you can look at somebody with AIDS and then you can imagine having AIDS, but when you're
Wait, so
standing
tell
there
me about the Usha Institute itself. Give me like your 3 sentence on the Usha Institute.
well, the Usha Institute is a place in Southern America in Honduras where he takes you away from the fast pace of life where you get to retreat and relax, enjoy the thermal waters that have a alkaline, alkaline based waters that help improve soreness and stuff like that. And it's where he actually shows you how to eat, how to fast, what to eat, when to fast. He takes you into an environment where he actually implements the lifestyle that he's telling you, push your body at the peak position of himself, and nothing is in your way. So the Usha is just like it's like a whole nother place, bro. It's like a
All right, that
vodka.
was like 6 sentences. I'm gonna need you to run that back one more time and just tell me what is the Usha Institute. You said it was a
Okay, bet.
retreat. You said what it does, a lot of stuff, but just tell me what is the Usha Institute.
The Usha Institute is a well, I don't should I say it okay? Well, yeah, the Usha Institute is a place in Southern. Well, maybe that was one of the sentences that was unneeded. But the Usha Institute is a environment where he takes you in to actually practice the lifestyle that he says put your body at peak performance level and enables it to heal itself.
Wait, so it's a physical institute with buildings, facilities, faculty.
Absolutely.
It has a location.
Absolutely. Honduras.
What year was it started, open, founded?
That I don't know exactly what year it was founded.
Right. So when I say talking to the judges and Dr. Mo, that's the process and methodology of how long, what was his method of opening up this physical institute? What did he put into this process that made it so popular? And then it started to attract people all the way down to Honduras to where they were coming to him specifically for whatever diseases they were experiencing. So tighten up that part of understanding the USHA Institute and Dr. Sebi creating this space as a
Come on,
process.
family. Come on. Uh-huh. Oh, 1997.
So in 1997, Dr. Sebi opened the USHA Institute in
Mm-hmm.
and where was it?
In Honduras.
In Honduras.
Yeah. And let me see, because not what I'm saying. Because
Does it
AI
have a
done fucked
mission
up
or
the
a vision?
way.
Right.
Yeah, AI done fucked up the way that I was tonight. That I had to search for stuff, which is crazy because it's like I looked up, I looked up Dr. Sabi, CBS Channel 2 news coverage, and the AI said there is no Dr. Sabi. It knew who Dr. Sabi was, but it always leads right into his case and discrediting him, right? But then I
Yeah.
find the fucking news clip. I found the CBS Channel 2 news clip that did like a 5, 6 minute segment on Dr. Sabi and said he got cured by a Mexican healer and he cured people. And then it played a couple of people who worked with him, went through the treatment, one for their son, a couple of them for their son personally. And I'm like, now how AI tell you this don't exist? Like that is
Yeah, AI
crazy.
be tripping. Like if you go to Bing or if you go to Chat GPT, the different ones have different answers. We asked AI, the one that I was on, who could be considered a crash out since the civil rights, and it said Charlie Kirk. I said, shit. Charlie Kirk was a crash out since the civil rights there. I thought they were gonna say, Fred Hampton or somebody, Kwame Ture or somebody, but they said he was a crash out. That was Bing. So depending on which one you go to, they have access to the information. But what are you looking for is the USHA Institute was founded in 1997 in Honduras by Dr. Savi to be a retreat, a health and wellness retreat for people experiencing a manner of disease or any of the diseases that he according to their mission or vision. The mission at the
And
time was
now
to treat X, or the vision was to treat Y, X, Y, and
the
Z. I
source
wanted to
I
keep
found
it.
said he opened the Usha Institute in Saber, CEIBA, Honduras in the 80s. So he been doing this since the 80s in the Usha Institute. Like, come on, man.
What source is that? Does it have a, when we go to like ChatGPT for one, we say and provide sources or provide primary sources
Yeah.
for the USHA Institute being founded in Ceiba, Honduras.
Yeah, I got the Journal of Pan African Studies, but let me click on the
I would definitely use that one, or keep an earmark on that one as a source. So when we look at the history, the legacy of Dr. Sabi being preserved, we have the testimonies, we have his children and his adopted children and his family, but we also have sources like, and then you can name that one, which say that he opened up the USHA Institute, Dr. Sabi did, in Ceiba, Honduras in the 1980s. So that's over 20 years of him actually going forth with the healing process of people. Now, why was he muted? So again, I'm just trying to see, how do we bring in the actual
hmm
facts and the details of his story to make it clear he was a process-oriented person who believed that we should have the same amount of access, I guess, or Black people should have access to healing, especially from whatever it's giving us disease. And if it was sexually transmitted diseases or nutrition-based diseases, he gave us that access, but he had to start somewhere. So again, being able to have these details ironed out in the debate, we need that, bro.
hmm On deck. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So according to the Pan African Journal, does it have a date or a person? Because again, we're just pulling out the facts that we need for the day of. What are we going to war with?
Yeah. I'm reading that passage now in 1933. The Usher. Survey joined the United States. Hold on, let me turn this sideways. Them words got little as hell on me. Uh,
Oh, you on your phone?
interestingly, yeah, yeah. Self-food, that's Sabi dedicated 30 years, got to begin sharing with others, which gave birth to the Usha Institute, Dr. Sabi LLC, the Usha Healing Village in La Ceiba, Honduras, 1988.
So the Usha Healing Institute.
Yeah, who
Not the Usha
Usha?
Institute with the cure for AIDS, not the Usha Institute with the medicine that will revive cancer or kill cancer, but it was a healing institute, which is why you're there for 40 days and fasting, watching what you eat and learning all about what you can do to prevent disease in your body.
Absolutely,
So again, why
absolutely,
didn't they shut it down? Or again, if you can, you don't have to prove that it was shut down. You just have to prove that you have the knowledge that it was a process-based approach, that it was an actual physical, tangible thing, and that this isn't what's being called into question. He's just telling us to appeal to the authority of the Sackler family and the drug companies. Again, why would we work on their behalf when there's information that he has that the academics have started to embrace around just give people the information they need around what do you eat, what is your nutrition, what how much do you weigh, how much do you want to weigh, is that things like that, like making goals around nutrition and health, so forth, that being a good thing for us, not a bad thing. And yes, we need more institutes like that which are closer to Black people, to where we have more access to the information, nutritionists and such. I would almost make that argument that having a Black nutritionist is a good for the diaspora, according to the Pan African Journal. I would make that stretch. I would make that sentence just like that. I would say, having a nutritionist in the Black community or the diaspora is a global good.
hmm
And the information about nutrition is a good for the diaspora. It's a better good for
man.
us than the Sackler family and their pills. I'm not an advocate for what Domo says, or my opponent says, excuse me, of just pill
Mhm.
popping ourselves into oblivion and a slow death. I'm for learning what it takes to keep ourselves from those diseases and so forth.
That's a fact, bro.
What
Man, I
we do with that
appreciate this
knowledge is on
motherfucking
us.
sparring session so much, bro. I really do. I appreciate you putting on that headgear and beating me the fuck up, bro.
Right, you got to know where and who you're talking about. So don't just make him a figment of Black consciousness, but he has a real family. He had a real place. His name is Dr. Sebi, as people say SCBA, but where he went, CEBA, Honduras. It was in the 1980s, a process and methodology of places. Now, the rich, it sounds like Lisa Left Eye Lopez, who had experienced a degree of success, could access it. But his information, as we contemporize it, people like, he got killed anyway, but they wanted to make the documentary. I would damn near be in favor of seeing the documentary now being made. And I hear now with a different ear why they would not want the documentary from the Marathon Continues.
That's
I
a
can
fact.
see why they would put so much money against having the documentary made that makes Black nutritionists a thing across the diaspora.
And that turns you away from
Nutrition.
all of these brand name fast food restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like they turn you away from the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, the Olives, the Waffle Houses. You know what I'm saying? Your chicken shacks, the chicken and fish restaurant. Like it's turning you away from that and bringing you to more to a herb-based, plant-based diet. And these plants and these herbs are marketed in Honduras. Like not in fucking whatever the fuck Tacoma, Washington or whatever the fuck. Like it's taking so much power out of the hands of the people who put so much money into institutions to have power
Oh,
over
you're
the
saying
institution.
sourcing. Why was it important for him to source directly from Honduras rather than getting his products from other places? And so that's a good one, just to say that he sourced it from Honduras, a place where Black people having access to those herbs in their raw
Mhm.
earlier forms, their unprocessed forms, and then being able to
Yeah.
process them closer to the source.
And I saw him talking. He was talking about he went to I think it was Hawaii. He was talking to this one female. She's like an Indian, so she's like from one of the reservations. and she's a healer that cooks organically and stuff. And they was talking about this certain type of mushroom, and the dude said the mushroom grows for miles in Hawaii, and nobody eats it. He said the only person I knew that ate it was a Jamaican man. And I asked the Jamaican man, why doesn't everyone eat from these trees? And the Jamaican man told him, shut up. Don't tell nobody. That's my
Uh,
secret. You know what I'm saying? But it's
uh,
like that's just these things that have such healing qualities grow like weeds in other places. It's an inconvenience in other places. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ, man. Like
we
how
definitely
willful and
got one.
ignorant we gonna be, bro.
We definitely got one here. So the lesson of being able to find the source and access that, and then make that available to your people, and what we should do in the, like bringing that into the future as well. We talk about entrepreneurship and owning land when we have an example in Dr. Sabi of finding land with a precious commodity or resource, or like the Jamaican. So those examples of being able to find the source of something that's good and beneficial, and then um, I don't know. There's a lot there. Like there's the fact that Domo is even taking the debate, but there's also the fact of who Domo is. So I think y'all have enough of a history to make this shit even more than entertaining. And I like that's what my argument always was. What's his name? Psycho even called and asked one day. He was like, "Mo, are you joining the debates?" And I didn't want to join the debate, especially not now. I'll listen, and I even said I'll be a judge or somebody in the chat, but I
Mhm.
didn't like the substance or the quality of so many of the older debates and even the conscious debates, because they did tend to veer away from the contemporary why what we're talking about, we need more of it. And so once the person even wins the debate, yes, you won, but you won a debate with no future quality substance, like the for real though. But in a debate around nutrition, I see it
Mhm.
helping people move away from going to school and saying, I want to major in psychology, and then saying, well, let me major in nutrition and be a nutritionist, because there's value there, and actually helping people. A lot of people say sciences. What social science? What about the one of nutrition and health? A lot of people say, oh, we need more professions or professionals in the Black community. We know about Howard University and we know about Tuskegee. They put out a lot of veterinarians, they put a lot of doctors, so forth. Like 75% of the veterinarians, and Howard does a great job, and Morehouse has a school of medicine. And so, with these investments, what is Black media doing, even as we debate as intellectual, to help with academia and shaping that argument around what the next generation should even major in? And if they knew about Dr. Sabi and they knew about what he contributed, then they would learn about finding land, owning land, creating a space of healing, a healing institute, and then using that institute as a way to fight against diseases that the Black community experience.
That's the truth. And I like for my debates to do that, man. I don't like just coming in and, and like having a game with my debates. Like I like people actually walking away with information that shifts the paradigm. That we get to see more things develop that align with us psychologically. Hear more conversations that align with us psychologically. So it's like as much as people like to talk about sports, I would like to talk about the Usha healing village a little bit more. So
Right.
yeah, man. This should be hard
Right.
right
And
here.
as much as they have people who say Dr. Sabi was a snake oil salesman, we need to remind them that we have opportunities to continue to build more USHA institutes as long as we stand 10 toes down on protecting and defending ours, especially in spaces like health. How do
Yeah.
we heal? Do we heal like white folks or do we heal like Black folks? That's your decision.
Is
Pills?
there a distinction? Is there a difference, distinguishing the difference and showing how? Yeah,
Do we
yeah.
choose to listen and keep buying into this opioid and whatever they call it, crack, Coca-Cola? Do we keep buying into that and consuming it, or do we allow the knowledge of the other argument to stand on its own? You may not experience a disease to which you want to go to a healing institute for, But for those African Americans who do experience disease, maybe obesity, weight problems, diabetes, any of the ones that may be genetic, and they just want some form of relief. Okay, okay, white people can buy the word cure and trademark it. What about the black folks who just want some relief from the pain and they don't want to be strung out on Vicodin or Oxycontin? Should we have an
Absolutely.
alternative? Yes, Sirski. Anyway, that's enough for me speaking, man. That's 2 hours of me being almost an hour of me being up here, you being up here 2 hours at least. So I appreciate you creating a platform or a space to have such a conversation, and I salute you.
Man, shout out to you, big dog. You are definitely a god, man, in your own right. So I appreciate it, man. For real, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for your contribution.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah. And that's all I want, man. Like I appreciate your brothers coming up here. And I hope that the other debaters do have, these conversations on their channels or over here on Psychopathy's channel. Yeah, and I don't necessarily I don't want the debate channel to like take over Psychopathy's channel. I want him to keep his, programming and how he do it, this and the other. So believe me, I appreciate him doing it on multiple fronts, like real talk. But yeah, man, I appreciate that y'all finding such interest in the debate. And I want the debaters to know the contribution that they could do to keep the debates interesting. Because I mean, you could just throw a title and a date out there, and then people just come back a month later and watch the debate. Or you could actually fill people in on your position, your argument, the other person's position, argument, your personalities, your style of debating, your usage of words and terms and like, yeah, man, it's a lot that goes into this. It's a lot that goes into making this more than just a live stream where two people show a PowerPoint, where it's actually something that you're going to think about even when you're not listening to YouTube, when you go throughout your day and you see the vegetable section and it looks different to you now. And you're passing, you pass by McDonald's and the thought of putting it to that drive through don't feel the same. You know what I'm saying? It hit different. Like, man, no, I'm really sitting up here poisoning myself with this food and then leaning on Western medicine to sustain me long enough to make it back there. Like, yeah, man, that's what's it. I wish Domo had enough respect for me to actually hit the link, hit the panel, and had a conversation, go back and forth. I wish he had more tolerance of my style of existing, as he called me corny and annoying. And how am I corny and annoying? And all I'm doing is doing promo for the debate and calling out my opponent, which is what you're supposed to do. But he's just so used to just being everybody's little boy. Oh, I love him. Let him through. Let him talk. Let him speak again. You know. But I understand that it can be pretty fucking frustrating not really having an argument and having to debate against somebody who does. I can see the wariness of your patience. Man, shout out to Melanated God that's in the building. M to the G to you. It's good, sis.
Peace, peace. My
Peace. How
topic,
your
my
day going?
topic. Yeah, on my way back home, visiting my
Oh, that's
son.
what's up. Oh, okay, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, didn't you say he had something coming up, or
Huh?
didn't you say he had something coming up, an event, or it already happened or something? Was it a sports event or something? I could have sworn that was good. I could be mistaken though.
No, I was saying he got
So,
promoted at his job, so I went and
oh, okay.
saw him, took him out to eat, and got together with another family member, and we was doing the family thing. That's all. Wait, I don't even know how the hell I get out of
That's
here.
all. Man.
Yeah, man, I see you building on the herbalism, and I just feel like Noah is not going to really go after herbalism. I think he's going to go on maybe some of Dr. Sadie's business practices because I
Specific
can't see
products.
him.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
with specific products.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning more toward. Or prove that this product cures AIDS, but it wasn't like he never had like an AIDS curing product. It was simply the lifestyle, introducing this to your diet and leaving these things out of your diet heals you physically, emotionally, and psychologically. And that's been proven. They just don't like the fact that he stands there and boldly say, I cure AIDS. That just really pisses them off. I cure blindness. I cure paralysis. I cure eczema. Like Dr. Sabi stood on that stuff and had testimony after testimony proving it, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
his method of practice, I can see that too. I can see that too. Yeah.
the body is definitely a miraculous thing, and I don't think that we can actually say that it's impossible. So, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely skeptical about the HIV stuff myself, but I have not looked into it. I have not like read, the testimonies and seen, their lab results and all of that. So, like when things are like just word of mouth
Yeah.
and stuff, I mean, people grandmama said that they don't got no African lineage, so that don't mean that that's true. It just mean that that's what grandma said. So I can't always, I can't, um, like I remember someone saying, "Oh, that they was healed from herpes because they don't have any outbreaks." That doesn't mean you're healed from herpes, right? Some people have one outbreak in their whole life. The virus is still in your
Yeah.
body, so you have to understand how are you determining that you're healed from it. The absence of the symptom, that don't mean it's not in your
What you
body,
had, y'all did?
huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But that was I mean, I don't know how they would prove it. I know that herpes lays
Hello?
dormant. You know what I'm saying? But
Wait,
I
say,
don't
repeat
know,
that.
man.
Repeat that. It went out for a second. You said what?
Yeah, I said I don't know how they would prove it. I know that herpes lays dormant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know if there's a test, a blood test you could take
Hmm.
or whatever. But however the doctor can say however the doctor can diagnose you to not have herpes, like they did that shit. They did that shit, man. And if it's not true, then it's not true. But I believe it to be true. Like I really do. I really do think that they're looking some shit in the face and saying, fuck you, we control the world. You know what I'm saying? We not interested in that.
Hmm.
We going this way. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know those like viruses. I'm definitely not that far along in my program to even understand how um holistic practices. I don't want to just say it's just taking herbs, but any kind of
Hmm.
holistic practice could address a virus in the body. But
Hmm.
aside from the virus, right? Like something like cancer, um, I feel like not that I feel there's evidence that certain herbal remedies can help repair, restore, regenerate cells. You know,
Hmm.
number one, our cells regenerate themselves. So, they just need some assistance or
They
support
just need
or
you to stay out of
um
the way and stop eating stuff that hinders them, you know?
so like yeah, I think that there are things that we do that might be something that you're accustomed to doing. That's like normal, typical thing that already puts your body um in a
at a disadvantage.
Yeah, increases the likelihood of certain conditions. You know,
Hmm.
so when we say things like uh, things are genetic, I think we really, I mean, unless you're like, okay, this cancer is caused by this elemental P gene, right? Somehow we were able to
Hmm.
link it to the elemental P genes, and then I inherited this elemental P gene from my father, and then I get the same exact cancer. I mean, that's the case. That's the case. But oftentimes they would say, "Oh, does your mother have breast cancer? You have breast cancer. It's genetic. It runs in the family." Well, how do you know?
Hmm.
What if my mother uses Dove deodorant? I always seen Dove deodorant, and I started using the damn Dove deodorant. And I've been using it for 30 years. She's been using it for 60 years, and we both have breast cancer. We don't know if it's the deodorant or if I don't know.
Yeah, or
We both
both.
eat Pop Tarts, so we both have very high carbohydrate diets, or like it's just what I'm saying is that there's things about our daily practices, our custom traditions, being around, having microwaves in our home, like all these different things. Why does it have to
Hmm.
be genetic? I don't know.
Yeah, I have to look
I
into
don't.
that. But like I say, I know that they say like everybody has the germ that creates HIV inside of you already. It just does it turn against you and become HIV, and does that HIV then grow into AIDS or evolve into AIDS or whatever the terminology is? So like I
Mm,
say, it's just staying out of your body's way of staying healthy. Once you start introducing stuff to your body and your body has to start in focusing on fighting that, it takes away from it doing other stuff. And that's easily understandable. Digesting, your body having to digest 3, 4 meals a day takes away from its ability to clean its blood, to rejuvenate cells in your skin, you know? And if your body deem it more important for you to fucking digest this food than to see, your ass will go blind. It'll stop it'll stop giving a fuck so much about seeing and care more about digesting these harsh ass foods you put inside yourself. Uh,
it makes perfect sense. Like when you get sick, one of the first things you want to not do is you don't feel like eating.
mhm.
You just be like, I ain't want to eat. Just shut down and concentrate. Well, I know I do.
Hey,
I
hey,
don't.
hey.
I don't even want to eat when I'm not feeling well.
Man, that's
I
a
might want
fact.
to
What's up,
drink.
Jamal?
Might drink some water, drink tea, or something like that.
You want to rest and not
Yep.
eat.
Not eat.
Hey, Chef. Assistant Chef. Oh, okay. Well, shout out to the chef. Yeah, man. I can't like shout out to Domo for taking it today for this being the title. I just want to do it a service and make sure I kick his ass. That's it.
So you want to make sure
uh,
what?
make sure I kick his ass. Make sure I beat him.
Hmm. Well, I'm sure it's going to be entertaining as usual. Y'all gonna come and put your A game on, and we gonna see who can put together the better argument. That's
Hey,
really what the
presented better
debate
and
is about.
everything. Yeah,
Yep.
like there's that. I can't just lean on the complete fact that I know I'm right or I believe I'm right. I know he doesn't have an argument. I just got to make sure I cover the ways in which he compensate for not having a direct argument about is Sabi a snake oil salesman? Because he's going to try to sell you another argument and try to convince you that that argument proves the debate topic. you know. But Domo is just one of them people. He don't care what the topic is. Okay, that's the title. Okay, bet. But what that transfers into and what you have to know and what that means is this. Voila. And now it ain't even about the scheduled title, the agreed upon title no more. It's just about his ability to flex with his information, you know. So, oh
Well,
man,
he's an intelligent brother, you know?
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think all of us have a admirable amount of intelligence, man, just in different direction and to different degrees. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in there.
Yes, I appreciate you. You know, like this topic is just making, like bringing awareness to holistic medicine because it's the, I can't see what I'm using the GPS. So what does it say?
Oh, I was just showing it. She said, it's like overpopulation in animals will stop animals' reproduction for a time. In the 70s, we had a massive population growth, and we are worldwide overpopulated, but also help population helps it come into help us come into. The debate is Dr.
Oh,
for Britt, shout out to Britt.
I'm a
The debate is
I'm a,
was
let me.
Dr.
I gotta take
Sabi
this
a snake
call.
or your salesman? Go ahead, sis. I appreciate it. The debate topic is was Dr. Sabi a snake oil salesman? And make sure you subscribe to Psychopathist channel. Sykopatheist, Psychopathist. And make sure you subscribe to the Debate League channel, D.A.B.T.E.League. Uh, yeah. So it should be fine. Swag Boss versus Domo. We could be getting it in, man. This should be pretty heavy. It's Dr. Sabian snake oil salesman. That one's going down October 26th at 8 o'clock. And then we got Taz versus A9 going down on the 19th. And that topic is B1, um, B1 Israelites, which is a better paradigm for black people. He said, well, he has patients, said he was. No, I don't see any patients saying Dr. Sabi was a snake oil salesman. No, I don't. I don't. I'm asking people to show me that. Show me the testimony of people saying Dr. Sabi was a snake oil salesman. You know, let me address it. But all we have is people inability to believe what he says, despite the proof, and the courts suing him or the courts prosecuting him for practicing medicine without a license. But he won that court case. But they don't care. It's the fact that, hey, an authority figure questioned him, brought his ass in the court. So, hey, can't prove it. But he's no longer with it. That's your phone? Oh, I was gonna sell that motherfucker. Where's that? Oh, yeah, I need a little money. I know somebody pay a good little bag for that. I'm playing. I hope you know I'm playing. Oh, let me see that. Ooh, Charles just sold my phone. Yeah, man. Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see. Shout out to the great Dr. Sabi. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. All right, I just got off work, just got home, man. Let me go ahead and relax. Hopefully, I get to go live later. I don't think nobody else going live. Maybe Blue and Fontaine will come through and talk about that debate. Maybe not. But yeah, man, hit the like button on your way out, please. This is the boy Swab Boss. This is the Argument League. Shout out to Psychopathies and shout out to the Debate League. Till next time, Black Power, man. Do your thing. Hold it down on your side of town for people that's brown. And let's keep giving them good content.
I'm affiliated. 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 I'm affiliated.